Here you go. Breakfast skillet bowl at the campground. Alright guys, for this breakfast skillet, we're going to start out in the kitchen, like usual. This one's not going to use a whole lot of meal prep, but just a little bit. With every breakfast skillet, you need eggs. We're not going to use all 12, but I got some eggs. With that goes the hash browns. This is a real base for the breakfast skillet. And after that, you can pretty much do whatever you want with a breakfast skillet. For us, we're going to use a little more protein, put some of these maple sausage links. Some breakfast sausage, that goes really good in a breakfast skillet. We're also gonna do some vegetables. I do onion, some mushrooms, and some chopped spinach. We got this bag of frozen pre-chopped spinach. Really easy to throw some chopped spinach in there instead of having to deal with the fresh spinach. It's not as fresh, but it's really handy when you're camping. I'm gonna need to cut this onion just so it's a little easier, so I don't have to cut it there. Obviously you can cut it at the campground, but I'm gonna pre-cut this onion. And these mushrooms I'm gonna wash and rebag just for a little bit easier transportation. And to top it all off, just grab some cheese in your fridge. This one's already open, it's Mexican style. It's what we got and it'll work. Boom! There we go. We got our diced onion all ready to go. Whew! All right, those onions made me tear up a little bit. But we got ourselves a bag of onions. Now these mushrooms are super easy. I'm just gonna open them up, wash them out in the sink right here a little bit, and then just put them in a bag like our onions, and they'll be ready to go as well. All right, I got an overkill bag, but our mushrooms are dry, so I'm just gonna pop them all in this bag real quick. Do our best to seal this up, get all the air out. There we go, mushrooms in our bag, onions in our bag. Well, if you guys are curious or have ever thought, how the heck do you bring eggs camping? Well, I'm about to show you the little life hack, or what makes my life easy when I bring eggs camping. So first we're gonna scramble some eggs. I like to do some eggs and a little bit of milk, just makes it scramble up a little better and go a little further. 1, 2, don't drop the shell. 3 eggs, 4 eggs. I'm gonna stick with 4 because I think we're gonna have plenty with 4, especially after I add some milk. And we're gonna have sausage, so I think that'll be enough for this breakfast. I'm just gonna pour in a little bit of milk, whatever your heart desires. It's not a real science here. I mean, we're making some camping food. It's gonna taste amazing. So take your little eggs and milk and just scramble it up with a fork. All right guys, so here's the secret. We're actually gonna freeze our scrambled eggs. So we pre-scrambled our eggs in here. We're gonna put them in a little freezer bag and stick them in the freezer. This really helps us, be able to pack, make sure that our eggs don't go bad, and it's just convenient. It looks a little gross, but stick with me, and it works pretty darn well. I'm gonna use a little mug here, stick my bag in, make sure it's nice and open. Just pour my eggs right into this bag. There we go, all my eggs in the bag. Make sure it's sealed nice and tight. We don't want to have any eggs leaking. Seal it up. All right. Now I'm gonna take this one, double bag it just for a little precaution. Now when we freeze this, we're gonna want to freeze it on its side like this. This makes it a little square of frozen eggs. This is easy to pack, and when you're ready to cook it, you just open the bag and pull the square out, and it makes it a little easier for that too. So we're gonna put this in the freezer and let it freeze. Don't mind my full freezer, but there we go. Little square of egg action in the freezer. And that's it guys. We have our mushrooms, our onions, we have our eggs in the freezer. Now all we gotta do is head back to the campground and make this breakfast skillet. See you there. All right, breakfast skillet step 1. Hash browns and onions. We're gonna combine these in our little baby cast iron and get them cooking because they're gonna take a while. All right, now it looks like a lot of potatoes, but they do cook down quite a bit, so it'll get smaller as they cook. Now we're gonna move on to this other pan and cook up some sausages. All right, we're looking over here. Our sausages are done. We're gonna pull them off and put them on the plate for now. Now next in this pan, we're gonna cook down our mushrooms. So, take your mushrooms, toss them in the pan. Now we're just gonna let these cook down, and then we're gonna take them out too and cook our eggs. But for now, let's saute up some mushrooms. All right, while our mushrooms are sauteing and our potatoes continue to cook, we're gonna take our links and cut them up so we can sprinkle them on top at the end. All right, mushrooms are done cooking up. We're gonna set them aside too. All right, good enough. Now in the same pan, we're gonna cook our eggs. And if you remember, we froze our eggs. Well, we took them out and had them sit in the sun, and now they're unfrozen. Now we're just gonna take them out of the bag. It's a little gross, but pour them in there. A couple ice chunks, but there you go. Scrambled eggs that stayed in the freezer overnight last night and stayed cold in our cooler. All right, so now our eggs are getting scrambled up. They're almost done, so we're gonna add in a little bit of our chopped spinach. We like to keep it green. Throw some of that in there. Keep us healthy. Bless you, camera lady. We're just gonna let that cook down for a little bit longer, and then we'll be ready to assemble our skillet. All right, now to get this puppy assembled, we got our eggs and our spinach cooked up. We're gonna take our sauteed mushrooms with our leftover onions, throw them in there. Lastly, reach over here, take our sausages we chopped up, slap some of them in there. Maybe save some for later. And we can stir all of this goodness up. Now I'm just gonna let that cook down a little bit, get all nice and warm and all mixed up. Then we're gonna take some bowls, put our hash browns in the bowls, put that on top, a little bit of cheese, and call her a day. Base, some hash browns. Get some of this on top of here. Oh yeah, a little bit more. We're gonna top all this off with whatever cheese you have. Oh cheese. Top it all off with whatever cheese you have in the fridge. Voila. There's your breakfast skillet, baby. Now, we're gonna enjoy this, but just remember, you can make it however you want. We put all this spinach, mushroom, sausage in there. You can put whatever your heart desires. Take out the spinach, take out the mushrooms, add more, add less. Whatever you guys do, enjoy your bowl.